Hi guys, it's me Karen, and I've come to do the other half of the page in the Daydreams by Hanna Karlzon. You can tell by the way I'm sounding. You're going to probably have to turn the volume up to hear what I'm doing. So we're doing the rest of the squirrel here. I missed a few spots in here and down here with the Neocolor, so I'm just going to put in a little of the light blue in these two areas first. Then I'm using Polychromos to color in everything. I will leave a list down below on the pencils. The brown pencils are going to be the gold tones. Green pencils are going to be for the leaves. There's one Inktense in here, Fern, that will be used to do that. The other two are for shading. I know they're tiny, but I want to match the other side of the page. The gold colors are going to be in this set along with this guy here. Okay, so the gold is going to be brown ochre, cream, blister, and light orange or light yellow ochre. The light yellow ochre stays with the autumn colors here, which are for the acorn gems. So we have a gem here. So that is Indian red, terracotta, and the yellow ochre. Light yellow ochre will be down on that. So that's just our color families. I will leave a link in the description box. You'll have to open it to read that. Neocolors. It's a 15 set, so there's not many blues in here, but I'm just going to use this light one to add some color in there, and it is the turquoise. I'm not worried about the other colors, it's just in these tiny little spots here, so I'm just going to kind of add it in there. And then there's a spot down here I missed, and add it in there. And just put the water on it. I'll do that first. I don't need that much water. And then up at the top. Okay, dab it up. Now any spots here that I have a whole bunch of blue in, I'm just going to use the water and pick it up. Just so it doesn't look too blue. There's a lot of little areas that I did that. Went over the lines. Some of these will clean up better than others, but I cannot erase them. So I'm just going to kind of blend it so it's not such a big blob of it. I mean, obviously that's a big blob of it, but I just want to blend it out so it's not as obvious when I color on top of it. And yes, you can color on top of the Neocolors. So just doing that too. Anywhere that I wasn't extremely careful with, it just has to be blended a little bit. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do the gem first, and that is in our 3 dark colors. I'm going to move the camera down and I'll get to coloring it. Okay, so we're going to do the gems here the same way I did the ones over on this side. Here. Okay, so we're going to start with the Indian red, and we're going to kind of come in on the tip here. We're doing this in a soft color. We will push harder at the very tip to darken it up. We can do that now, or we can do it when we come back. We're going to do them uneven. So every other one. So this one is the top, this one's the bottom, this one's the top. Okay. Then when we go down here, we're going to want to do them a top one here, a top one here, and bottom down here. And we'll do the bottom one here. I'm really sorry about my voice. Been drinking my tea, but it just helps with the sore throat. It's a white tea blend. I make my tea with loose tea. So when I put it in the little tea strainer, I add a chunk of ginger to it. And if I drink 2 of those, my sore throat goes away, which makes me very happy. But, I mean, the sore throat is also, causing problems with the rest of me. I have asthma, so I have to be real careful. Not to speak too much or I can't breathe, so we will just be talking in short sentences. I want to do the same up here. So we can go in like that and then darken this corner. Okay, now we're going to bring in the terracotta and just bring it down. So just go on top of that color. And bring it down a bit. The tutorial I followed on the other page was from Katrina, Always Coloring. So if you want to see how she did that, I will leave a link to her video in the description box. Her videos are really easy to follow, and she's very inspirational on them too, so it's in her memory that I'm sharing all this. The next color comes in as light yellow ochre, and then we just bring that down or up depending on where the other colors are. Okay, then I'm going to go back in with the Indian red and darken up those areas a little bit. And if you want to blend it out, just very lightly blend while you're doing that. Get any color on this one, so just add a little there. Okay, that's pretty good. We'll add a little sparkle with a Posca later. So we're going to get the little leaves done here. And that is with the Inktense Fern. I'm going to just use the water brush. And I'm just going to take it off the tip. And paint in the leaves here. Tiny little things. Put a little on the flower tops too. I'm just going to do this half of the leaves. I mean, you see what I'm doing. So it just goes all the way up the other side. Okay, and then the next color we're going to use is a darker of these two. These two were both used on the other flower, or the other leaf. That's why I took them out. And this one here is colored pretty good, or dry. So I'm going to use the darker of the two, the Chrome Oxide Green, and just darken it by the stem. I might have to sharpen that. Might not be dry enough. There we go. Just gonna go on the bottom of the leaves. Just add a little dimension to them, and up on the little flower top. You can put in as much or as little work into these leaves as you like. I'm going to put in, and I'm going to sharpen it first, the next color. And I'm just going to do the top. I think every other leaf or something on this one. Just kind of making sure everybody has a little bit of color on them. Totally forgot those leaves. Okay, so we'll just do that all the way around. And we're going to now go up to the crown and do that. So we have to bring in the light yellow ochre. We're going to start with the blister and go up the edges, or edge. I'm going to bring in the brown ochre. Light yellow ochre. And the cream. Give him a little gold crown. Go back in with the light yellow ochre and blend that in a little better. Brown ochre. And the blister. Same color pattern. Okay. I'm also going to do the frame in the gold, at least a piece of it. So we're going to start on that. I've sharpened the pencils. You can use them in the same order. The blister, the brown ochre, the light yellow ochre, and the cream. So here we'll just add a little of the dark one. And we'll go in with the brown ochre, go on top, pull some out. Yellow, light yellow ochre. Some of the peach, or cream, so sorry. When we come up to one of these things, we're going to want to darken the tips and bring it down. So we want to cover up some of that blue. next color. The light yellow ochre. And then the cream. If the cream doesn't show up and it's too blue, we can go in with a little of the white. And just add a little white in here. Let that dry. And after it's dry, it's not right now, but after it's dry, I go in with a very sharp pencil and just kind of push around the tips that I just made so it looks a little thinner and blends it kind of into the colors that are there. That gives us a nice highlight. So you have a little bit of a shine there. I'll be doing that on the oval too, so we'll just keep working at it that way. Like here where it's really dark blue in this area here, I'm just gonna put the darkest color there. So what's dictating the way I lay this down is where the blue is, not where any light source is coming from. And it'll end up looking nice. So this is the brown ochre. The light yellow ochre. Because I know there's not too much room left for the cream, I'm going to put the white in there. Okay. So I'll add a white in here. Okay, go back in with the pencil and just thin those out. If you go over it too much and scratch it out, you just go back and put it back in. And there we go. And take a little bit more of a darker brown and put in there too, just to deepen up the blue color. Just a little darker. This is just the blister going back in. So basically that's what I'm going to be doing on the whole thing, just putting blister in where it's blue and blending it all together. What I'll do is stop the camera and I'll finish this and the little leaves on this side. I'll come back, we'll do the flowers and the little squirrel. This will be done. So it's just using those 4 colors, using them where you wish to give you the desired effect you want. Of course, me, I have to color over my blue. So anyway, what I'll do is go ahead and finish this off camera. If there's anything that you don't like, you could always use your eraser and go back over it also. So like this little black line or brown line there, I want to brighten it up. You can just use your eraser to do that also. It won't take up much of the blue, but it'll lighten up some of the areas for you. And then you can go back over it with dark pencil. Okay, so when I come back, I'll have the frame finished and the leaves done. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, I'm back. Frame is done. I did a little painting on this side, so I have to do it on this side so I can show you what I did. I put in white Posca like I did on this side in some areas. And then I decided that it kind of looked a little washed out in the background. So I've taken these 2. This is a, what is it, brown, and that helps you out a lot, doesn't it? And this one is ochre. Okay, and I'm just gonna like leave them here in the tin. I'm pretty sure you can see that part. And I'm gonna just touch the tips with the pen, and then I'm gonna take it, and hopefully you can see this, and just draw or paint right on top of the colors that are here, just to give it a little bit more color on it. And if you go over the Posca, because the Posca is acrylic paint, it will loosen it up a little bit or change the color, whichever is fine by me. I will be going over it again. But I wanted to add a little more shading in there that I was not getting with the pencils. I love the Polychromos. I think they're a very nice pencil, but they're hard for me to lay down. And after a while, of course, my hand starts to hurt. And because I have to lean over my work, my back hurts. So I don't get it quite blended as easily as I do, say, my Prismas. So I'm just using this to add some color. So I'm just going with the brown right now. Put in kind of dark, and then you just let the water do its thing, and it'll blend it right in. I did try painting with this first, but didn't quite work as well as I wanted it to. So I went over it with the pencil first. And then I'm just going over it here. I want to leave the light color there, so I'll just pull it right out of it. It's a nice thing about these Neocolors, you can move them around quite a bit. Okay, now take in the ochre, and that'll go in the lightest spots, because it's almost the same color as the cream was when I was in here. Just gives it a little more color to it. And I liked that look, so since I did it on the other half of the page, I thought I'd better show you what I did. Now I did take a lot of Posca here because that was quite blue, and I'm just going to go over it with the ochre here. And then I'll go in with the brown and just darken it up. So this page is like half painted and half colored. But I like how it turned out, so. Yep, that got a little too dark, so we're going to pull some of that out. Okay, we can pull in some white too if you want to use the white Neocolor. Sorry. And you can just draw on there and add it in. And if you want to blend it, you can use your finger to blend this. So any place that you like a little lighter than it is, just go ahead and add that in there. Okay, so I'm going to have to call it, and we will do part 3 of the little squirrel guy and the flowers, and I'll show you how I do the background in here and these circles. This will probably be done with the little tool I have and white acrylic paint. So I'm going to say bye-bye. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching and liking my videos. I really appreciate it. And when we come back, we will finish up this page. So I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care, and I will see you in part 3. Bye now.